Hello guys, and welcome back to another cold stream. On today's stream, we are back with some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff. I don't really have a plan for today. I just kind of was like, I should stream, and so we're gonna kind of fly by the seat of our pants. I already made it to Master 1, and if you know about yesterday's stream, you know I don't like playing in Master 1 because it basically provides non-games, where no one actually plays the game, and it's really boring. So instead, we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to be playing in Plat, maybe. Who knows? We might play the event. But I do, at the very least, have a tier list for us to do. Let me show you the. This is all that it says. It says Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks tier list. That's it. I just started playing myself, so I'm looking forward to watching some live gameplay. Oh, maybe come back in like an hour. Or watch my stream from yesterday. Actually, don't do that. That one was bad. Watch a different stream. They're all in the same playlist. You can check the playlist on my channel. But I would highly recommend almost any other stream. I have no plan today, so good luck. Anyway, the reason I wanted to do this is, first of all, look at how good these look. Whoever did this did an incredible job coming up with all of these, like, icons. They look fantastic. But second of all, the second reason I wanted to do this is because it's not every deck, it's just most of them. Or like any of the ones that are like reasonable, that you would expect to see. Right? But then there's also like DDD aggro and like a pure DDD, and then there's like Jinzo. It's so weird. And I was just like, what is this based on? And then you look at the tiers, and it's like Dark Magician tier -1, and then you see really cool, and then good, and you're just like, what is this based on? What is the parameters? What's going on? I'm confused, and now I got to do it myself because it's interesting. So shout out to I'm not gonna try and say that name because I'm gonna butcher it. So we're just not gonna attempt to say it. But shout out to that person. Really cool tier list, and that is like the only reason why I wanted to do this. Otherwise, we'd just be playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Anyway, I would imagine what this is based on how much they personally enjoy said deck. So that's what I'm going to be basing this off of. How much I enjoy the deck, both from playing it and playing against it. And if I haven't played it, it's going to go lower because I've only played against it, right? I believe I've played a lot of these decks, to be fair. However, there are some that I just genuinely have not played against, nor played. Like Ojama Control, I played like one match against Jinzo, which like was in a gimmick format and not a real one, so hard to say. But like most of the other stuff I've played at least in some capacity. So there you go. Why is this so high quality? That is a great question. The other question I have is, why these of all of the choices? Like, there are some weird choices in here, right? Like, why there are two different DDD decks in here, DDD aggro and then pure DDD. Blackluster Soldiers in here. Jinzo is the ultimate lab hater. True. Anyway, yeah, I as I said, I don't really have a plan for today, so. It took me legitimately like 30 minutes, which is why the stream is so late today, just to figure out what I was doing. So there you go. Anyway, we're going to start with Sword Soul Tenyi. I like this deck. I think it's cool. There you go. I think it's a cool deck. I think it's fun. It's both fun to play. And fun to play against, especially like post Baron ban in the TCG. To be fair, by that point, the deck is terrible, but at the very least, it's pretty interesting. I like the way that it plays in particular because a lot of what it does is play through boards with Engine, which I find to be a lot more interesting and a lot more rewarding. What about Exosister? I don't know. It's on here. I know it's on here. I saw it. I just didn't. Why is Zombie on here? Oh, it's Zombie Vamp. Crazy. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. It's in here somewhere. Am I losing my mind? Did I just not see it? No, I definitely did. We'll get to it. Dark Lords is on here. That's crazy. Normally that's forgotten, let's be honest. Branded Bestial, I think is... I liked Branded a lot more when Branded was not playing the Bestials. Like, prior to the Bestials, prior to Quem, prior to all of that stuff, I found it to be a lot more interesting and a lot more fun to play and to play against. Now, it's just kind of, like, weird. I don't know how else to explain it. It's just kind of weird. Like, it functions in a very unique way, which I think is fine. I think that's, like, great for Yu-Gi-Oh! I think the, like, space that Bestial Branded fills in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is unique and is good for the game, but I personally don't enjoy playing it, nor really playing against it. It's not bad and something where I'm like, oh, I dislike playing it, or oh, I dislike playing against it. It's more just, it's not for me, but I don't hate its existence. It's just kind of there, which I think is fine. There's nothing that I have, like, that I dislike about it. Too much, I should say. The older version, I think, was much cooler. Gene Raider. They actually called it Gene Raider. That's so funny. I found that unbelievably funny. Generators, whatever. The small amount of Generator that I have played has been pretty meh. It's just not my... Again, it's just not my cup of tea. I don't really enjoy the gimmick of, like, the tokens and stuff like that, and relying on field spells. I have never enjoyed a deck that relies heavily on its field spell. I feel like every single one of them just kind of lives or dies by the field spell, and it's not very fun to try and deal with that. But for the most part, like, I think it's fine. I think I like the rank 9 shenanigans that it can do. I like the interactions that it provides. Leviathan into... Jormungandr is incredible. I think that's a really cool interaction, but it's also insanely powerful. So there's that. All in all, though, like, it's kind of bricky, and I have a massive issue with bricky, inconsistent decks. I just don't enjoy them, so they're not my favorite, but it's fine. Pearly! I like Pearly. Pearly is one of the coolest decks. I really, really enjoy the way that Pearly plays. This is a personal... Obviously, everything in here is my opinion. So I'm going to stop being like, oh, it's a personal thing. It's all personal. Pearly is very fun. I enjoy the gimmick of, like, the quick plays and the when effect. This is one of the few instances where having when versus if is really cool. And it's, like, one of the only instances where when versus if is interesting. Because being able to, like, chain block as the opponent to prevent the Pearly from getting the attach is very cool, but also knowing, like, what exactly you want to, like, bait out and utilizing the quick plays in specific fashion, and also not just utilizing the quick plays as, like, summons, but also for their effects to actually generate additional advantage or, like, have protection or something like that is very cool. And I think Pearly is also adorable. It is one of the coolest artworks. Cutest, let's be honest. It has some of the cutest artworks in the game, and it's not close. And yeah, they're just good little boys. Or girls, because cats are all girls, right? That's what we have decided as an internet. Brain rot. Gishki Sprite is I hate it. Gishki Sprite is everything that I do not like about Sprite variants, which is basically, what if we made a Sprite variant that took Sprite and just made it a way to summon a 2, right? Instead of actually utilizing the Sprite stuff, it's just, here, let me summon a 2 that gets me into the full other combo, and hope and pray that that other combo is enough. It's inconsistent, it's not very fun, there's nothing that's really unique about it, it's just a bunch of negates that aren't even necessarily that good, but that technically loop themselves, so it's just kind of like doing the Omni-Negate thing. There's just nothing about it that sparks my interest. It also is just, let's loop non-once per turn effects, which I hate. That is my least favorite thing in Yu-Gi-Oh! So, there's that. Don't like Gishki Sprites. Gishki Sprites is a shocking amount of nothing. True. Vanquish Soul. Vanquish Soul is really cool in theory. In practice, it kind of does nothing. I think the main reason I can't put this higher, I really love this deck. I think it is super fun to play when it's playable. and it's not always playable. But it's fun. I like the cards and the way that they work and the fighting game aesthetic and all of that stuff. Like, everything about it is super, super cool, but I can't quite put it into the top tier, mostly because of all of the random shit that people have said that have been like, nah, Vanquish Soul is the best deck. Nah, it breaks through boards with just engine. Nah, I'm actually just coping and telling you this excuse as to why I played this really cool deck. And it's like, you don't need to have an excuse. You can just be like, I play it because it's cool. You don't have to come up with this random excuse that doesn't warrant anything because you're just lying to yourself and being like, no, it can break through with just engine. Trust. And then in reality, it can't. That's fine. We can agree that that's fine. And you just like the deck because it's cool. That's okay. Imagine Kashtira generators. I have. It's annoying. Ghost Trick Pearly is whatever. It's Pearly, but worse in every sense of the word. It's more inconsistent. It does less. I mean, it ends on better boards, but like, it's just more inconsistent at doing that, right? Which I don't like. That's it. It's just the same thing as Pearly, but it's just like objectively worse for me. Manadium is awful. It is a horrible deck that makes me want to pull my hair out. It does everything, almost everything, that I specifically do not like about Yu-Gi-Oh! It combos off in ignorant ways, planning to get to an end board that the opponent cannot deal with, and basically from there not play the game. Right? With insanely overpowered and overtuned cards that synergize with a wide variety of other cards that are also overtuned and overpowered. The Kashtira cards being able to be thrown in here, the field spells that are all absolutely insane, and then of course the Link one of Lightheart, which is one of the worst cards I've ever seen. It is just like the most disgustingly designed card. Because Link monsters inherently are overpowered, and then they made it a Link one that searches a field spell that gets another guy onto the field and allows for that guy to then be, to freely special summon itself, and do like a whole bunch of other degenerate stuff. Honestly, if you were to get rid of the Funko Pop, I think this deck could be cool. The fact that Lightheart exists rots my brain. What a cool card. I love Link ones. They're great. Super Heavy Samurai is not good. It does very similar things to Mana, except at least it has a cool gimmick. That's it. It does the exact same things, where it has just a bunch of degenerate cards that combo off indefinitely, and just not very fun to play against, and it's a lot of stuff that I don't like about Yu-Gi-Oh! Hooray. Snake Eyes. I like Snake Eyes. I think Snake Eyes is cool. It's not my favorite deck. Actually, I'm lying to you. I think it's better than 10 Sword Soul. I just really like 10. I know. Heaven forbid. I like Snake Eyes. But I do. It's very cool. A lot of the cards individually are very, like, they're obscenely overtuned. But a lot of them, like, individually, I think are pretty cool. I like the idea of a Poplar. I like the idea of Snake Eye Ash. I like the idea of, like, Diabell Star and of Flomberg and stuff like that. You put them together and they're insanely overtuned. But all in all, like, the deck is pretty interesting to play and to play against. The amount of different lines that aren't just like, I'm going to make the exact same board, but are more like, cool, I have this extra extender, therefore I can do this. Oh, I have to specifically play through these hand traps, and you're like expected to play through those hand traps. I don't know. Snake Eyes is cool. I like the way that it plays. And it's not... I think the biggest thing about this is, unlike these two combo decks down here, this one, while it is still a combo deck, the difference is this one does not end on just, I am not going to allow you to play the game. Like, 90% of the time, it's not going to do that. It's going to be, I am going to out-resource you and have, maybe not better interactions, but just more of them, which I think is very cool. It's very similar to, like, Tearlament, and how, like, Tearlament played, and similarly to, like, Sprite, when Sprite was at the top and stuff like that. Where it's not necessarily, cool, I'm going to have, a negate for everything you do. It's more of, cool, I'm going to specifically make sure that you're not getting as much advantage as I am. which I think is very fun. And a lot of the interactions are very cool and unique. They probably won't be in like a year, but for right now, they're cool. What's up, Digi? Now, if this were regular Shaddoll, which I would imagine regular Shaddoll is probably not on here in any capacity, so I feel like I can't put this one as high. Yeah, regular Shaddoll is not on here. I am not a fan of Invoked Shaddoll. I should say, I'm not a fan of Invoked. I know a lot of people are like, yo, Invoked, normal summon Alistair, based. I don't like the Invoke stuff. It's very boring. It's just normal summon Alistair, woohoo. And especially this version of Shaddoll, not very interesting. Regular Shaddoll, based, interesting, fun, dynamic, unique. Invoked Shaddoll, meh. It's a med deck. It's not very fun. It's not very interesting. It's just kind of like, whatever. Here, I can summon a Floodgate. I can summon a Negate. I can have follow-up. Cool. Woo. Alistair is a meme, at least. True. Exosister is a deck that I despise its existence. Mostly because of the player base and the fact that everyone is like, yo, Exo's so crazy, and then it's not, and it never does anything except for, you know, high roll an event once. Cool. But, like, Exosister doesn't do anything. And I'm sick and tired of hearing people say that it does do stuff in graveyard-centric formats, which is every format, by the way. Did you know that every format relies on the graveyard? Like, legitimately, for the past, like, 6-7 years, every format has basically relied on the graveyard. Besides one, which was Kashtira format, where that one was because Kashtira was by far the best deck, and not because there were other decks that wanted the graveyard. You know, like Super Heavy Samurai or what have you. Or Tearlament. So, I don't know. Exosister is... this one's mostly due to the player base. Because I don't think the deck's, like, all that interesting, even outside of its player base. It's whatever. Sky Striker. If Sky Striker, Mobilize, Engage did not exist, this deck would seriously be in my top tiers of coolest decks. I would play it all the time. Maybe not all the time. I would play it. It would be fun. I would enjoy it. I despise Mobilize, Engage. So because of that, we'll put it there. Yeah, Engage is it's a card that exists in Yu-Gi-Oh! That is allowed to be played, which I think is its biggest issue. A Floodgate is just a card that prevents a specific action type in the form of a recurring effect, right? Like a field spell. A Floodgate is something that prevents either normally both players, but mostly the opponent, from performing action. So, for example, with Winda, the Shaddoll card, it would be preventing the opponent from special summoning any more than once. So it's just, you cannot do this action, therefore you have been floodgated. Another popular example is something like Teekboo, or There Can Be Only One, which is you can only control one type of monster. Not one type. You can only control one of each type of monster. So if you have a worm on your side of the field, you can't have a second worm on your side of the field. You could have a dragon, but you can't have a second worm, and stuff like that. Macrocosmos, preventing cards from being sent to the graveyard, stuff like that. Yeah, those are floodgates. Preventing a action from occurring. Preventing a mechanic from happening, basically. Mask of Restriction is a funny example. True, what if you just didn't tribute summon? Anyway. Yeah, Sky Striker, I like the idea of like a deck that, you know, uses spells in a positive manner and uses those to kind of like control the duel and stuff like that. And then Engage exists, which makes me sad. Drytron is the same thing as Mana, except worse because it actually just searches out floodgates. Drytron is probably my least favorite. This style of deck is so silly. It's so silly and dumb and not fun and not interesting or unique. It's just, here, let me do this long-ass combo that ends on negates and or floodgates. And that's it. It's like, great. Moving on. Zodiac is cool. I actually really like Zodiac. Zodiac is one of the cooler decks. I think the way that it works is fundamentally insane. It's so overpowered. But I do like the way that it works. I think it's really cool just being able to slap a guy on top from the extra deck. It's basically just Zeus Turbo, which is fine. I'm okay with that. That's fine to me. Yeah, all in all, I don't really have anything else to say. Zodiac is extremely simple, and I think that's one of the reasons I like it. Rep here to 3. I can be trusted. I can be trusted with infinite material. Promise. So every single Tri-Brigade list is going to go in my tier 0 or my Dark Magician tier -1 list. Because I love Tri-Brigade. It's my favorite deck, and there are a myriad of reasons for this. Tri-Brigade is incredibly dynamic in the way that it can play. Each individual deck plays very differently. Zoo Tri-Brigade, Tri-Brigade Pure, Lyralist Tri-Brigade, Tri-Brigade Sprite, etc., etc. All are viable, have been top tier, and are very distinct from each other. Tri-Brigade is very fun in the way that it works, because it basically forgoes a mechanic and does something very different with it. So instead of link summoning, you're banishing cards from the grave to get the same amount of material, which is very cool. I love the way that each individual card works. I think each individual card is very cool and interesting. The difference between Kit and Karos is very cool, even though they're both 2s and do different things, but they still kind of do the same thing. My biggest gripe is like that Kit and Nerval basically do the same thing, which is kind of my biggest gripe with it. I mean, technically they do different things, but they're very, very similar. But then you have like all of the extra deck monsters, which are very cool and unique, and just like everything kind of put together functions so well without being too much. And you're never just like straight up out of the game against Tri-Brigade, because they're never going to just like hard combo you into oblivion. They're going to like out-resource you and hit you with very powerful effects. Being able to summon a guy that banishes a card at non-target is very, very impactful, right? Being able to then also generate a whole bunch of resources and potentially chain block that as well with Revolt is very cool. Just lots of stuff like that that's very, very cool. Zodiac, I think, have been power corrupt enough that Rat going to 2 might be fine. I'm going to stop you right there. Rat cannot come back to 2. Because imagine, think about it like this, okay? Imagine every deck having the ability to play 5 cards in their deck that gets them a Utopic Draco for, what, 4 cards in their extra and 5 cards in their main deck, and making a Utopic Draco in 5 summons. Because that's what happens. You go normal summon, you go Xyz, you go special summon, you go Xyz. I guess it'd be in 6 summons, but still. You make Utopic Future, Utopic Draco. Boom. Now you have that. And then you could do the rest of your plays. It's like the Horus engine, except less committal. Except for the extra deck. The extra deck requires more. But then on top of that, you could also just do like an insane amount with like Chalkanine and making an insane amount of other materials and stuff like that. It's just like 2 free materials. Right? For nothing. Isn't that what you can do with Fiendsmith anyway? I mean, I don't know. I have no idea what Fiendsmith does. The Fiendsmith is just as busted, honestly. Well, there you go. Maybe that's an issue with Fiendsmith and not Zodiac. Rat is... I don't know. Rat is one of those cards where I'm like, I'd rather not have that card back. And if we get something of similar nature, that should probably not be allowed. That's probably too powerful. Yeah? So maybe that's not an issue with Zodiac, but more so something else. Anyway, moving on. Madolche. I have no thoughts on Madolche. No thoughts at empty. Hero. I despise Hero. Hero is just Floodgate Turbo, but it's turned into a combo deck. So imagine not playing the game, except your opponent played for 20 minutes. Fun. Resonator. I also have no thoughts on Resonator. Resonator exists. Stardust Dragon. Why is it Stardust Dragon? Is this like supposed to be Synchron? Or is there like a Synchron deck that I'm missing? I'm going to count this as Synchron, and if that's the case, I do hate this deck. Synchron is really annoying to play against. Fuck it, reshuffle 2. Hero stop being cool after the release of Dark Law, and you can't change my mind. Why would I change your mind when you're absolutely correct? Anyway, Synchron. Synchron, or like, I don't know, whatever Stardust Dragon is. It's just Synchro Turbo, which tends to be really obnoxious. Because it dies to almost every single hand trap in existence, but also ends on a board that like 90% of the game, 90% of the decks currently in the game just can't beat. So, you know, it's just an FTK deck, which is not fun. Punk, I hate Punk. Punk is one of the more terribly actually, Punk, I think for the most part, I don't actually hate the Punk cards. It's just what they end up doing, because every time it's just, here, let me go through this really convoluted line to just end on Pep, or Psychic End Punisher. And Psychic End Punisher is a card that should not exist. I don't like unaffected cards. I think that they are a problem for Yu-Gi-Oh! So there you go. Even though literally one of my favorite decks is Pearly. Ignore that. That's not because of Noir. That's because of all of the other cards. Noir, I do hate Noir, which is why it's not in my top tier over here. But yeah, Punk is just, it's like, I don't know. It's just, let's end on a big unaffected Bungus, which I do not like. Salamangreat. Salamangreat is great. It's what Cybers should do. It has meaningful restrictions, which is pretty cool. It has well, yeah, it has pretty okay end boards. It's not just let me combo into Oblivion and prevent you from ever playing the game, like Mathmech. It's a good deck. You know what? I'm actually going to move these down. There you go. I'm also going to move you down. Too much stuff, too high. I love Flunder. I have a problem. I really do love Flunder. Noir is a wall, Pep is a nuclear bomb. That's a great way of putting it. Anyway, I really enjoy playing Flunder. I also enjoy playing against it, even though some of my favorite decks are Link decks, Snake Eyes, Tri-Brigade, etc. I still really enjoy what happens with Flunder games. At least post barrier statue ban, because at the very least I find them interesting, right? I find them fun, I find them interesting, and playing the birds is wildly entertaining and one of the most fun things you can do in Yu-Gi-Oh! I know so many people are like, oh, it's so simple, it's so boring, you don't even do anything. Which is a lie. You absolutely do. And you do have to be better than your opponent in a lot of situations. But sometimes you can also just drop shifter on your opponent and then not think, and it's great. Which is fun. I like having that dynamic. It's cool. It's like, yeah, sometimes I just draw better and I win the game. And sometimes I actually have to use my brain, which is crazy. Imagine having to use your brain. Also, it's incredibly funny watching Flunder players who have no idea what they're doing and just, like, trip over themselves and then somehow still win. It's so funny. Blackwings! I hate Blackwings. They're the same thing as Synchro. They just combo off into Oblivion and then you can't do anything. You just kind of stare at your opponent. as they play the game for 20 minutes. You're like, cool. Or they die to a single hand trap. Fun. Is Infinitrack in this tier list? I don't think so. Ancient Gear is. Surprisingly. Cupid Pitch Turbo. Oh no. It does not look like it is. Tragic. Tragic. What's this tier list based on? Vibes. My own feelings. I'm currently between Sword Soul and Salamangreat currently as my first deck. Which do you think is easier for new players? Sword Soul is easier. Salamangreat will do better for longer. Modern support killed Blackwings for me. Agreed. 5Ds proved that they can make a good anime, but bad decks indeed. True. I mean, look at Reigns. The same thing happened. Although we did get Marincess and Trickstar and Salamangreat. Dang. Plunder. Yeah, I love Plunder. Plunder, first of all, pirates. Gotta love pirates. Ignore the lore and the fact that they are basically Jake and the Neverland pirates. Ignore that fact. Because they are goblins. Sorry, they're trolls. They're trolls who are pirates. Fantastic. But the mechanics, oh, so cool. Being able to tag out into different ships based on the attributes that your opponent controls. Things like Yord, things like Blackbeard. All just super cool, super interesting. The fact that they have like meaningful restrictions. My biggest gripe, they all die to Ash. Why do they all die to Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring? It bothers me. Why? The most played card in Yu-Gi-Oh's history. And they're like, yeah, every single one of these cards dies to it. That's crazy. Even your removal. Anyway, still really fun. Moving on. Branded Zombies. I have never played this deck. I have no feelings on it. I've played against it, but as I said, I have no feelings on it. All of Plunder effect. Okay, not all of them, but like genuinely so many of the Plunder effects just get absolutely destroyed by Ash Blossom. Especially the extra deck. Marincess is also what you should do with Cybers. I'm going to put it higher than Salamangreat. Marincess is cool. It's cool unaffected monsters because it's not actually unaffected. It's just, well, you have to deal with this thing before you deal with this thing, which I think is a lot more interesting for an unaffected card. So you can have like an Aqua Argonaut that's unaffected, but you still just have to deal with the field spell and then it's fine. Right, which is not difficult. Yeah, they're just cool. They have good follow-up, they have easy combos, they can play a lot of non-engine, they're a really cool engine to begin with. They can play Toad, which is awesome. Any deck that can play Toad is fantastic. They were one of the first decks that could actually utilize Zelantis, which was also awesome. There you go. Can I mention someone who plays Marincess? Sure. Never heard of Branded Zombies? I've only played it like once. Scareclaw sucks. I despise Scareclaw. Is it clear down here? No, it's here. Scareclaw is awful. It's like Manadimian. But slightly better. I don't really have anything about it that I don't, or that I like, I should say. It's Scareclaw. It does Scareclaw things, and it's not fun. That stupid Link 1. That Link 1. Burn in hell. Anyway. Evil Twin Sprite is the worst version of no, that's not true. It's the second worst version of Sprite because it's super boring. It's literally just, hey, what if we made a whole bunch of shit Link 2s that don't do anything, and then since they're 2s, let's throw Sprite in there. And it's like, great, fantastic. Yeah, I don't like any of the Evil Twin stuff. They're super boring. Anyway. He's another streamer on YouTube by the name of Diamond Boss, and he's really good at Marincess deck. Cool. Tri-Brigade Sprite. Hey, Tri-Brigade! I like this version of Tri-Brigade a little bit more than Zoo Tri-Brigade, but It's Sprite. It's Tri-Brigade. You know I love it. Yep, that's it. That I don't really have anything else to say. Is Sprite by itself on here? Because if it's not, we do need to talk about Sprite. Runic Sprite's on here, so we'll talk about it then. Orchist. Orchist is super fun. Orchist is a very, very fun deck to play. I thoroughly enjoy it. I like the gimmicks and the mechanics. I like the end board that it can specifically make, which is very unique to it and it alone. Being able to have... Okay, Orchestrated Babel is one of the coolest cards in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Being able to change your monster's effects to be quick effects during the opponent... Well, just in general, is super cool. And I wish more decks did that. I wish it wasn't just printed on the card that it was a quick effect, but instead you had to get like a card that made it a quick effect. That's super cool and very fun. So yeah, that's basically it. Orchist is very fun. I like the mechanics. I like the restrictions. I think basically everything about it is good and works well. There you go. Ishizu tier. Put it here. Tier limit best deck. Smile. Ishizu tier, or more specifically just tier in general, is one of the most fun decks to play in Yu-Gi-Oh's history. It's absolutely the best deck ever. But it is by far one of the coolest decks to play because it provides so many unique choices. Every single game will be different. Every single game will be played out differently depending on what you mill, what your hand is, what you end up seeing off of, you know, specific searches and stuff like that, specific mills, etc. And then, of course, if your opponent goes first or second, and the hand traps and yada yada, like most things in Yu-Gi-Oh! But it adds that extra element of nuance to the game, and is incredibly fun. And all of the bosses and all of the cards are very cool, and milling cards is fun. I don't know. It's just, yeah. Ishizu tier is great for 2 hours, then your brain hurts. That's... Sure. Melfi Sprite, aka just regular ass Sprite. What? Why is Melfi Sprite in here? I really enjoy Sprite. Sprite's an incredibly fun deck. I love the mechanic of like twos, of just using twos, rank twos, link twos, rank twos. Very cool. Did I say rank twos? Rank twos, link twos, level twos. Very cool. The locks are meaningful and impactful. The overall like game plan is very fun, right? Where it's like, oh, if you can stop them from getting a 2, you can prevent them from kind of playing the game. But also, if you don't, they're just gonna spam out bodies, which I think is pretty fun. A lot of the just like individual cards are absolutely insane, which is fun to play with. Not nearly as fun to play against, but it's still fun to play with. Yeah, Sprite is just, I don't know. The fact that it can also be paired with so many decks is what makes it so fun as well. Like, literally one of the best decks in pre-Ishizu. What is that one called? Power of the Elements. In the Power of the Elements format, prior to the Ishizu cards coming out, one of the best decks was Sprite Tier Limit, which was very funny. But that's just how splashable all of the Sprite cards were and how playable they were, which was very, very cool. And yeah, Sprite's just very fun deck. Dynamorphia is a deck that I do not like. It's just a Floodgate Turbo deck that dies to a single hand trap. Cool, fun. I don't really have anything to say about Goaty except it did not live up to my expectations. I didn't expect it to be good. I expected it to be fun, and then it wasn't. It was just kind of like a bad shifter deck. And it's like, okay. Yeah, I mean, I get my combo, and I can sometimes banish cards, and sometimes that wins, and sometimes it does absolutely nothing. And it felt very one-note, and not very good. And it felt like you never got to the level 10, which was my biggest gripe. Speaking of Sprite, why does Gigantic get negated if you pop it before it resolves? It doesn't get negated, it has no targets for it to detach. So Gigantic Sprite, if it is removed from the field and there's no other Xyz on the field, cannot detach a material for the effect. Because it doesn't detach a material for cost, it detaches for effect. So if you activate the effect and then don't have another thing to detach from, which it can detach from other Xyz as well, then it can't resolve. Because there's nothing to detach for. So that's what happens. They taught the fish how to synchro summon wrong. True. Bestial Dogmatica is one of my least favorite decks to play against. More specifically, just Dogmatica in general. If you are summoning Albazoa, get a life. Please, stop. Don't do that. How dare you? I hate Albazoa with a burning passion because it just warps the game in such an unfun way. Because Dogmatica is specifically designed to generate advantage by sending its cards from the extra deck to the grave, and your deck, most likely, is not designed to do that. Which means, if Albazoa hits the field, you just kind of lose. Which is not very fun. Like, no decks play well into this. It's incredibly frustrating, and just not interesting. It's like, okay, cool, here's a big guy who's unaffected by a whole bunch of stuff and is difficult to remove, and also removes a whole bunch of your options for playing the game. It's like, damn. I hate it here. So, I don't like the Dogmatica stuff. Most of it is toxic and not very fun. Gizmek Orochi is a card that exists that always facilitates some degenerate bullshit. Kashtira! Every single Kashtira card reads like a custom card, and every single one of them is ban-worthy. From Unicorn to Arise Heart, every single one just shouldn't exist, and I hate them all. They're so unbelievably annoying. Why do they banish face down? Why can they banish from my extra deck? Stop looking at my extra deck and choosing a card to banish from it. Why does Fenrir have the ability to freely special summon itself? If you just control no monsters. No other restrictions? Just a free level 7? That seems fair. No, it fucking doesn't. Get all of these cards out of here. Every single one of them deserves to die. Yes, even Ogre. Burn in hell. Anyway. I have never seen a Makonko card that does anything interesting. Every single one of them is either cool, stop hitting yourself, which I don't like. I think that's a bad mechanic. Or, cool, you can't touch me. Nah, can't touch this. Which is also incredibly annoying. And they also die to everything, which is also not very fun. But they're like designed to go second, which is also not very fun. Or they just do Isold combos, which is also not very fun. There's not a single thing in Makonko that I think they do that is fun or interesting, both from playing or playing against. I have played this deck. I've played it. It's not fun. You just kind of like stare at you give them a kaiju and you go, cool, do I hit it? Did I do the combo? Did I get it? Oh, I did? Cool, good game. That's it. And it's not even like a cool combo. It's not even like something, it's just, here's a big kaiju, I'm gonna attack it, and now you take the damage. Whoa! And it's dumb. Kashtira players would be mad about this if they could read? I was saying it. What do you mean they'd be mad about it if they could read? I literally said Kashtira sucks. Rescue Ace. I like Rescue Ace. Rescue Ace is pretty cool. It's not my favorite, but it's a nice deck. I enjoy it. I think Turbulence is cool. Being able to set 4 is like insane. I think the additional effects with like Hydrant is pretty cool. Anyway, most of Rescue Ace is pretty nice. That's basically it. You just go, why do I punch myself and you get hurt? Yeah. Huli is annoying. I mean, remove Huli and I think Makonko is fine. I mean, yeah, I guess, but then it still does the Isold stuff. The problem is, like, every single one of the Makonko cards is annoying. They have a Snatch Steal. They just have a free Snatch Steal. You just have to control a Makonko, which is not hard. Like, a searchable Snatch Steal. Yeah, that's fine. And a bunch of other random shit that's just like, oh, yeah, that seems reasonable. Lies. It's just, yeah, none of that. It's not fun. Anyway, mostly a lot of players don't read in general. No offense, that's absolutely incorrect, and that is the dumbest meme. I hate that that is a thing. But yeah, sure, no, yeah, whatever. Scareclaw Cash. What? This isn't a thing. This is just Scareclaw. Anyway, Dragon Rulers. Right now, Dragon Rulers do suck. I'm not gonna lie. They're not fun to play against. They're just Galaxy Tomahawk Turbo in Master Duel, and in any other format, they do literally nothing. They just stare at you. There you go. Dragon Rulers, in their heyday, cool, based, interesting. Dragon Rulers, right now, they kind of don't do anything. And I don't like that. It bothers me. TG. Do you have Bellstar? Oh. Snake Eyes. Okay. Yeah, this is just Snake Eyes, but like the bad version of Snake Eyes. I don't like it, because why would you play this when you could just play Snake Eyes? Oh, because you want to play the TG stuff. You're right. Don't. Just play Snake Eyes. The better deck. Eldritch! Okay, look, I love Eldritch. I love all of the artwork for Eldritch. But goddamn, Eldritch Control is so boring. Eldritch Control, which we all know means Eldritch Stun, is not a fun deck to play. Nor is it a fun deck to play against. Eldritch, when paired with anything else, like Zodiac, or Tri-Brigade, or Zombies, or anything that actually does anything actively, cool, based, interesting, fun. Eldritch Control, snooze fest. Photon Galaxy tops. Why did I read that message? Bro is actively trolling. Okay, cool. Branded Despia. Branded Despia, based. I like Branded Despia. I think it's cool. I think it's fun. I like the way that it interacts. If we're specifically talking about Branded Despia and not the Bestial Branded that came after, this was the coolest variant of Branded, and it was a very fun deck to play. In fact, I'm actually going to put it up here, because we're talking about the historical version, and not the current version that doesn't do anything. Yeah, Branded Despia, yeah. When it relied, like, more so on Branded Fusion, but still had plays outside of Branded Fusion, but not, like, infinite amount of plays, just in general, that was fun. That was fun. But dying to Ash Blossom does suck. VW. Okay, see, the problem is, if we're talking historically, VW sucked. Playing against VW was just literally, rank 9 Turbo into True King of All Calamities, which is not fun. That was not fun. That sucked. However, Virtual World now, absolutely stellar. Super fun, super interesting. Shen Shen Pass, baby, let's go. Or like the myriad of other things that this deck can do. I think it's very cool. And overall, even when it was True King of All Calamities Turbo, I still thought the deck was cool. It certainly wasn't fun to play against, but it was cool. So I'll give you that. I'm going to put it in good. I like the deck. I think it's cool. I have no other thoughts. I just think it's cool. I just think it's unique. It's such a cool mechanic. I think I remember someone use Eldritch as an engine in Fluffle and Freyfer. Yep. What's the difference between Branded Despia and Bestial Branded? Okay, so think about it like this. Are you playing more Despia cards or are you playing more Bestials? That's the difference. Current Branded mostly is just Bestial Branded. You're playing a lot of Bestial cards, you're playing a lot of dragons, you're playing a lot of ways to get into your Bestial cards or into like your branded spell traps, right, and stuff like that. And you're more so focusing on, like, again, the Bestials, right, and generating advantage with that. Branded Despia is playing like Dramaturg and Ad Libitum and stuff like that, and focusing on like Branded in red instead of like Branded Banishment, or yeah, Branded Banishment, stuff like that. It's minor, but it drastically changes the way the deck plays. Okay, your dumbass comment can go away. Thanks. Please use your brain instead of calling things brain dead. Thank you. True Draco. I mean, he's right there. Like, obviously, I'm going to put him in. No one likes this card. And no one likes True Draco. Dark Magician. I don't like it. No! No, he doesn't like Dark Magician. What does this deck do? Is it fun to play? No. Is it fun to play against? No. Just boring. Anyway, moving on. Spiral! I feel like I'm not allowed to like this deck, but I do. But I do like it. Why? I don't know, honestly. I just do. I could not tell you why I like Spiral, I just do. I shouldn't. Everything about it, like, hates me. He's the ultimate wizard in terms of attack and defense. He's the ultimate wizard! Cosmo Queen is not a wizard! It's fine! She's just a Cosmo Queen. Okay, I have based other decks solely on their player base. Like Exo Sister. But Dear Lanta Dragon Maid players, they are always the players who show up to locals with the most degenerate mats and most egregious sleeves. And you're just like, dude, I just wanted to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Why the fuck am I watching porn? Please leave. It's so frustrating. Dragon Maid as a deck is fine. It's whatever. I don't care. It's player base. Go outside, please. Actually, take a shower and then go outside, please. That just for like 5 minutes a day, please, for the sake of everyone. Please, just do like anything else. Thank you. Prank Kids. I just don't like Prank Kids. They're pretty cool in concept, but Dear Land, like everything. Actually, no, they're not even cool in concept. They are a one-card combo deck. You know what? I'm gonna put them all the way down here. They are fucking abysmal. I'm gonna put True Dragon here. I hate the artwork of Prank Kids. That I think is the biggest downfall of Prank Kids for me. Is that every single one of their cards looks like shit. I get the idea behind them, but I don't like it. If you like it, that's fine. That is A-okay. You can like the artwork for Prank Kids. I've never heard anyone say that they do. So there's that. But if you like the combo, that's fine. I don't. If you like what they ultimately end on, that's fine. I don't. I hate it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Pure Tri Brigade. Based. Pure Tri Brigade. Yeah. I love Tri Brigade. That's all. Pure Tri Brigade is like everything that I love about Tri Brigade, and also is so unique in the way that it plays because it can play so many different cards and has so many different play styles and can end on Apo and can end on this and can end on that and can do this thing and can play through hand traps or can play 9,000 hand traps or can do this. It's very cool. I like it. I think it's fun. Prank Kids should be tunes. No, they should burn in hell. Dragon Link. Dragon Link is a cool combo deck. That's all. It's just a cool combo deck that does cool things. In cool ways. It's not my favorite, but I do like it. Right now it's basically dead in both the TCG and the OCG and in Master Duel because they slaughtered it. They took it behind the shed and they did everything that they could to make it functionally unplayable. And it's sad because it's a really cool deck to play. And it's really unique in the way that it has played across the span of its lifetime. It started out being absolutely obscenely overpowered and eventually became more interesting as like Tier did, right? And a bunch of other decks as well. And yeah, I think it was in a good spot in the in Master Duel, if they had just gotten rid of the Chaos Ruler, I think it would have been really, really good. But then they also hit Wyver Burster, and that will never make sense to my brain. I will never understand why they did that as well. But alas, they did, and it's tragic. But yeah, really, really fun deck. Dinosaur. You know, I don't like it. I think I would like Dinosaur, like genuinely, if Miscellaneousaurus just didn't exist. That card is very similar to like Engage for me, where it's just like, you know what? If this individual card didn't exist, I think it'd be fine. I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be interesting. But because Misk literally just says, no, I'm unaffected, thank you. And it's a quick effect. Tragic. Ugh. Imagine dropping a hand trap on something and then getting misked and having it basically do nothing. And now you just down one. And it's like, oh, that's cool. Oh, and then also Miscellaneousaurus just gets advantage. Oh, that's crazy. Whoa, that's my favorite. Anyway, Despia. I like the Despia cards. Despia is cool. Definitely not as good as branded Despia, but definitely still up there in terms of fun. I'm gonna put it below Tiny Short. So Despia is fun. The way that it played was very unique. In basically going for like Guardian Chimera stuff. It wasn't ever that good by itself, but I like all of the cards. I think they're pretty fun. They're a pretty cool deck. Very splashable. Runic! Now, hear me out. No, I'm just kidding. To be fair, I don't think... This is the problem. If we're talking just purely Runic, then I have to put it, like, pretty low, because I do hate the Runic Stun variants, which is most likely what this is referring to. And what I would refer to it as. So I'm going to put it pretty low. I don't like it, because I don't like the Runic Stun stuff. I think it's pretty bad. But Runic is one of the coolest designed archetypes in recent history. It has reasonable drawbacks, but it also allows for such dynamic deck building decisions and dynamic choices in the way that you choose to like play a game or build your deck or like play engine and stuff like that. It's very cool in deck building. It is a nightmare to play against, and I absolutely understand that. Getting your shit banished is not fun, and I'm not gonna act like it is. It's just not. Though I don't hate playing against it. But that's just me. However, I think its biggest upside is all of the cool decks that come out of it. Besides like Naturia, like every single one of the decks that is paired with it is super interesting and super fun. For higher Sprite Runic, just regular Sprite Runic, the Bestial Runic Synchro stuff, like any other Runic variant, except for, besides, I guess, Chimera and Naturia, like every Runic variant has been pretty cool. But that's mostly because I don't like the Naturia stuff, and I don't like the Chimera stuff. So there you go. Block Dragon. That's it. I don't think I need to explain more about Adamancipator except for Block Dragon. It lived and died by that deck or by that card, and that card is not fun. Pendulum Magician is everything wrong with Pendulum. And I have mentioned time and time again what I don't like about Pendulum. And yeah, yeah. I like Pendulums as a concept, but this is everything wrong with them. So yeah. This is a competitive tier list, personal pref tier list. Second. This is just based on vibes. Because no shot, pure Tri Brigade is the best deck. Let's just not be silly. Yang Zing. I think Yang Zing is cool. That's it. They miss timing, which is kind of funny. But they're pretty cool. I remember I saw Flu Runic while watching other streamer. Okay, so that's not real. That was a a plant. That was not a real human. Trust. Code Talker is awful. I hate Code Talker because I don't like cybers in that capacity, where it's just, here, let me generate infinite advantage and just link climb into oblivion and then end on a big guy who does everything for me. Woo. Wait, why is Evil Twin here? I don't know, Evil Twin. I don't like it. I don't really have any thoughts on Evil Twin. It's there. Is there a link for this tier list? No, but I can post one. There you go. That's why I'm doing this tier list, because it's actually so well put together. Again, shout out to... I'm not going to try and say the name. I'm not good enough at trying to pronounce things like this. So, shout out. Really good. Really well done. Anyway, moving on. Add a Gnister. There. Oh, there. Cybers! Yay! Now let's do all of that same stuff, but end on a big unaffected guy. Yay! My favorite line. Add a Gnister shows the insane problems with link monsters. It basically just says hand traps, and then proceeds to combo as if nothing happened. It has insanely busted spells and monsters and stuff like that, and ends on really annoying boards, and then just plays like a bunch of hand traps, and it's really boring. Oh, and then also they can just access code OTK, which is very fun. Lies, it's not. Numeron! Numeron's just boring. I think that's its biggest crime. I know a lot of people are like, oh, it OTKs is so stupid, you could just play a bunch of going second cards, and it's like, yeah, it also dies to like 6,000 other cards, and also doesn't OTK very well through established boards, and basically has to rely on like a wide variety of really high impact cards and actually making sure they see them, which they don't always do. But for the most part, it's just super boring. Like, there was not a single game against Numeron that's interesting. Master Duel should not bring back Diablosis. That is obviously someone who has never played against Diablosis. The fuck? No. Burn in hell. Nah. That thing, no. Let's not do that. I like my extra deck, thank you. Anyway, Cupid Pitch Turbo. Cool. Another combo deck that ends on infinite negates and plays through like 6... No, it doesn't. It doesn't play through any hand traps. It just does its combo that you then can't play through, because that's the idea, and then it also dies to a singular look. It just, you know, if you look at it wrong, it explodes. Dark Lords. Thank God Numeron bots have died in Master Duel. I mean, I don't think there were many Numeron bots. There were a lot of other bots, but Numeron was basically just actual humans, tragically. Anyway, I like Dark Lords. Mostly because they're just one of my favorite archetypes. The deck sucks. I don't enjoy playing it. But I do like Dark Lords. Smile. Also, the fact that this is called Dark Lords deck is very funny. No other deck is called something deck. It's just this one. But it is funny. The main reason I like Dark Lords is because of the way that they played in Duel Links, and the way that like that functioned, and that just kind of translated over to Master Duel and to Yu-Gi-Oh in general. I still like their playstyle when they get to play the game, but they just die to hand traps so often that it's very, very difficult to actually do anything there. But when they do get to play, it's very fun. And I really enjoy their gimmick of like paying life points and stuff like that. I think they're a very fair deck, and I feel like most decks should be of a similar power level, because it provides a lot of fun when they're of that power level. New matches, either you die because your opponent drew enough board breakers, or your opponent died because they didn't draw enough board breakers. Yep, exactly. Numeron basically doesn't play the game and just hopes and prays that that you die to what it drew, which is really boring. Ultra athletes. I don't know. They do stuff. Every time I've played against them, it's just been like do nothing turbo, which, you know, in theory they do stuff. In practice, I've yet to see it. So, you know, no real thoughts. Head empty. Labyrinth. I do like Labyrinth. Labyrinth is a very fun deck. I really enjoy the way that Labyrinth interacts with traps in particular. I think it is a very unique way of playing the game and is very fun. I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's just Floodgate Turbo, or like, oh, it's incredibly simple, and like 99% of the time they're just incorrect. It used to be Floodgate Turbo. It used to be incredibly simple, and now it's one of the most complex decks to play because it has so many different things that it has to do and like has to play around, and it has to know your deck. Oftentimes it has to know your deck better than like you sometimes, which is very fun, and it's just kind of like a big knowledge check. Sometimes you can just blow your opponent out because they didn't go first, but that's every deck. Almost every deck does that. We're just like, oh, you didn't go first? Cool, die. But yeah, Labyrinth is very fun. I like how Dark Magician isn't in the Dark Magician tier. Yeah. Zombie Vampire. Look, I like vampires. I don't like zombies, though. So I'm going to put it in don't like it because I really don't like zombie decks. Zombie decks are really boring. It's basically Baylor Drock in a Dream. Like 99% of the time, that's what it is. It's Baylor Drock in a Dream. And you're hoping to see Zombie World. And you're hoping that Zombie World does something. Because if it doesn't, you cry. Because you can't do anything. And that's it. It's very boring. Endymion. Endymion is better Pendulum, but it's still Pendulum. And Pendulum is... Moving on. I don't have anything else to say. Ninja. Ninja's fine. I don't really have any thoughts on Ninja. Yeah. Earthbound. I think I've played against this once and it didn't do anything. I just don't have any frame of reference for Earthbound. I think it looked cool when it came out. And was like... I think when these cards got announced, I was like, whoa, this looks really cool. And, like, it looks really powerful. And I got sucked into the hype that people were surrounding it with. And then it came out and it did nothing. And I was like, dang. But, yeah, it doesn't really do anything. Unchained. Unchained is cool. I love Unchained. Unchained plays such a cool game, especially when it was popular in the TCG. That was one of the coolest things that it did, was just like not playing hand traps and just playing like so much engine to just break boards consistently and basically play the game consistently through that, which was very, very fun. The way that it interacts is very cool as well, where it's like, oh, I'm gonna pop my own cards, which also means that like if your opponent pops your cards, you get advantage from it, which is awesome. And just like, yeah, it's just so fun and interesting. Every choice matters, you know. What cards have you used? What cards have you popped? You can't pop your own, like you can't use Sarama to pop Sarama to get advantage off of it, which means you have to like pop different cards and you have to like use that to like finagle the linking off of opponents' monsters to get like bigger guys and stuff like that. Is very cool. It's just very fun. Earthbound Resonators was sick in the Limit 1 Festival? Sure. Whatever you tell yourself to sleep at night. I hate Chimera cards. Every single one of those cards is just a custom card, and they're not very fun to play against. And they're not even that fun to play. Like, it's just endless gas, which is kind of fun, but it also kind of isn't. Because you're just like, cool, I just do the same thing, no matter what. I just go, go, go. But then, like, there are some hands that literally you just die. You can't do anything. And that's really boring. But mostly, I just despise that fusion spell. Why is there a fusion spell that is quick play that also adds itself back to the hand and is not once per turn? Why? What? What? Bro, fuck you. Anyway, Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes is funny, at the very least. That's all that I have to say. It's funny. It does funny things. I don't know, it's Blue Eyes. DDD Aggro. I have no idea what this is in reference to, as opposed to the other DDD, which is pure DDD. Because these seem the same. Like, there's more than one DDD deck? That feels like a lie, but okay. However, with that being said, I do not like either of these decks. I think both of them are just not interesting. I think they were interesting back in the day prior to these two cards right here. The Gilgamesh and whatever his other... Machinax, thank you. And now they are not at all interesting and do the same thing every time, basically, because they can do that now. And they don't have a myriad of different lines to get to things that actually require you to think and use your brain. Now it's just, cool, I'm going to do the exact same thing every time. This deck is very complex. You have to summon Machinax and... Yup. Ancient Gear. Modern Ancient Gear kind of sucks ass. I'm not going to lie. It's not very fun. It's either a stall deck that hopes to burn you, or it's a hyper aggro deck that dies to literally everything, including itself, which is a choice. DDD is one of the most boring decks I've seen. Yeah, fair. Winged Dragon of Ra. Yeah, I've never seen a Winged Dragon of Ra deck that has been interesting. Or fun. Or anything. It's just kind of like a hope and pray that I get the OTK. You know, hope that I get, like, Soul Crossing or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Winged Dragon of Ra, woo! I'm gonna Sphere Mode you. Mathmech! Burn in Hell, Cybers, Dum Dum. I do not like you. Mathmech Circular is one of the most egregious cards printed in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! It does everything that it shouldn't. It sends for cost, it freely special summons itself, it has basically no restrictions. It searches on top of also getting itself onto the field and getting a guy into the grave. It just kind of does everything that you could ever ask for. It's a one-card starter. It's a one-card combo. It is a it's an extender. It just does everything that I hate about it. And Mathmech also facilitates all of this, which is an issue. Even if we were to get rid of Circular, I still wouldn't enjoy this deck because it basically do the exact same thing, just more inconsistent and more frustrating, which is less fun. Not less fun, just as unfun. Mathmech is horrible. Gaia OTK exists, I guess. Skull Servant Zombie is whatever. I literally don't care. It's funny, but it doesn't do anything, and I have no preference whether I play against it or play it or what have you. It's fine. Raid Raptors. I actually don't like Raid Raptors. Raid Raptors, their whole gimmick is like ending on a big unaffected guy. Not fun. But then on top of that, they also just like vomit out an infinite amount of guys. Again, not fun. There's like nothing about Raid Raptor that I find unique or interesting or fun, both to play or to play against. Like, doing the Raid Raptor combo is whatever. You could do that in 9,000 other decks. That's not unique to Raid Raptor. And then the end boss is, at this point, not unique, but it's also very boring. And then on top of that, the fact that you can just like vomit out a whole bunch of guys is something that I don't like in Yu-Gi-Oh. So, Circular needs to stay banned forever. True. That is one thing I will never agree with MBT on, is Mathmech Circular. Mathmech Circular is not a card that should exist in Yu-Gi-Oh! The fact that it's foolish is for cost is my biggest gripe with it, but it also does like 10 other things, and yeah, the fact that people actually think that that card is fine and fair is mind-blowing to me. They're like, no, it should come back in the TCG, and it's like, no. Keep that shit locked away forever. I don't want to see it. It's like Electromite for Pendulum, where it's like, yeah, realistically, it could come back and Pendulum would not be an issue. However, it shouldn't. It should never come back. It should stay banned. In fact, they should ban it in the OCG so that we can actually have good, like, Pendulum cards. Or with Mathmech Circular's case, good Cybers cards. And not be restricted because that card exists. Raid Raptor at least becomes more interesting in the future. That is true. That is true. With the new Raid Raptor support, Raid Raptors are a little bit more interesting. So they go from here to, like... No, I'm just kidding. They'd go from here to, like, here. Okay, hear me out with the Kaijus. Kaiju deck, whatever. It's a fine, it's a whatever deck. However, Kaijus themselves are a symptom of a bigger issue, which is why their existence is something I don't like. The fact that Kaijus basically have to exist for Yu-Gi-Oh! To not devolve into just unaffected turbo is an issue with Yu-Gi-Oh! Monsters just shouldn't be unaffected. This is why something like rotation is pretty good and, you know, healthy for the game, because you could rotate out those like unaffected bosses, and then you could also rotate out the Kaijus to go with them, because you don't really need them. You don't need unaffected guys. That's fine. Having a guy be affected by the opponent's card is great. At least in Magic, when it's like unaffected, it costs mana. No, Magic does that too. But at the very least, I just think Kaijus are a symptom of a bigger issue, which is why I don't like them. But overall, I think they're fine in general. Kaijus are the Konami excuse to print shitty cards. Yep. Exodia is funny when it happens to someone else, and horrible when it happens to you. Even when you play it, it's not fun to play. I don't know. Exodia is whatever. I like Goddess, though. Goddess, I can understand at least a little bit more, because you can also use it for, like, other situations, and not just, I need to out a big unaffected guy. But, like, because at the very least, like, it does something. Kaijus don't. Kaijus are just, here's a guy. Get rid of that one in particular, because I can't deal with it. It's like, eh. What are my thoughts on Konami banning key cards in G-tier decks when the meta uses them better than the deck they were made for? So this is a looming ban for Galaxy Photon Lord due to Horus. If you think that Galaxy Eye's Photon Lord is getting a looming ban due to Horus, you are sorely mistaken. Horus can make Photon Lord. It can also make a myriad of other 8s. The problem is not any of the other rank 8s that are there, right? So I would not suggest, I would not even think that Konami would dare touch any of those rank 8s, because they are very clearly not the issue and would not do anything to solve the problem. And it's also not really a problem. Like, Horus is good, but it's not insane. Like, it's a decent engine. So, there's that. But if you're talking about like banning cards from lower tier decks because meta decks are abusing them, very clearly they're not key cards for lower tier decks. They're just good cards. So yeah, ban the shit out of them. Get them out of there. If they're being abused by a top tier deck, yeah, who cares? That top tier deck is probably abusing it for a reason, right? Like, a good example is like Phoenixian Cluster Amaryllis, which basically just FTK'd you. And like, technically speaking, it did have its own archetype that could use it. And so because of that, like, that deck ended up being nerfed because of it. Or you could be like Baron, right? Baron is a better example, okay? Baron technically has an archetype, with Baron being its boss monster, but no one was playing that archetype. So why not just ban the card? Because it's used in every other deck. And those decks are the ones that are abusing it, right? Yeah. There you go. Isold is another example. You know, where it's like, oh, that's being used in basically everything. I'm struggling to think of, like, anything else in particular. Oh, True King of All Calamities is another example. That card was not being used in True King, or True Draco, and was instead used in a wide variety of other decks, which abused it, and made it way too powerful. Get it out of here. We can't ban Mexi, it's important for the C archetype. It hurt Horus, then it would hurt. It would hurt Horus worse than it would hurt Photon to ban Photon, because Photon is trash. True. Fusion Destiny would have been a better example. What is Fusion? What? Fusion Destiny is not banned. What? What are you talking about? MBD's love for Mathmech hurts my brain. True. I wish they hit Wave King Caesar instead of limiting Sharvara. They also could have just not hit Sharvara, or that deck in general. Because, you know, there's that. Well, limited. Yeah, I guess. But again, the issue was not necessarily Fusion Destiny, it was more so Verte. So it's another, like, skirting of the banning and not actually hitting the problem. But, like, for example, if they were to ban Fusion Hero Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer because it got too overpowered, right? That would have been a good ban at the time, right? Like, when it was everywhere in every deck, that would have been a good ban. Would Hero have cared? Absolutely. Would it have mattered? No. Because more decks outside of Hero were abusing it, which means it is a generally good card and worth the detriments that the decks were accruing because they were playing all of the bricks and stuff like that. So it's like, it was still worth it to play those cards because you got DPE, right? So Hero, a deck that frankly sucks without DPE, I think that'd be fine, right? Konami would never do that because they love their hero cards, but like, that would have been a reasonable ban. Hoping when we get the new Min C, we get rid of the Cockroach and Master Duel. Well, currently, let's go to Road of the King, shall we? Because this I believe, yeah, I believe in the OCG currently, both the Roach and the Mincy, or whatever it's called, the what is this, the name of this card? I forget what its name is. The squid. They're both legal, which is kind of tragic. So you know, you could just play both, which is great. Now you can draw even more cards. Hooray! Anyway. Tunes. I don't like tunes. Tunes are not very interesting. They're just like a failed mechanic, and they're not really cool or interesting. And they're always just in, like, stun decks. It's always just stun. Old Chummy, thank you. Yes, Old Chummy. Red Eyes. They exist. They are in the game. Thank you. BLS. Okay, yeah, they are also in the game. Cyber Dragon is also technically in Yu-Gi-Oh! Numeron Egyptian God deck. Bro said Numeron. Runic Sprite. Look, I really like my Runic variants and my Sprite variants, and you put them together, and it's, like, really cool, and it does cool things, and it has really meaningful restrictions, and I like it. I also like the Runic cards in general. I think they're pretty cool, and a new way of playing the game, and I like new alt-win conditions, especially if they're, like, actually good, and Runic is that. There you go. I feel like I'm defending myself for liking Runic Sprite, even though Runic Sprite is one of the coolest decks ever printed. I shouldn't have to defend myself. Runic Sprite is cool as hell. Jinzo exists. Ojama Control is not a real deck. You can't make me think it's a real deck. It's not a real deck. No Warrock on this list. True. Do you know what is on this list? Trap Trick. Now, here's the thing. Trap Trick is not that bad of a deck. However, similar to something like Dragon Maid, its player base is unbelievably cringe. It's mostly Japan, but, like, the people who play this deck are I fear for them. I fear for them. I don't fear them. I fear for them. I fear for their safety and for their mental well-being. So yeah, yeah. They're weird. Anyway, that's it. Trap Trick players are on the FBI list. Well, I sure hope I'm not on that list, because I did buy 3 of the structure, and I did play it because it was cheap. So. No! Like Dragon Maid players, but actually against the law? Yup. Hearing people defend Trap Trick is so unbelievably funny to me. Because every time they're just pictures, or like, oh, they're like plants, so it's like supposed to be that, and it's supposed to like prey on the sick and disgusting, and I'm like, dude, do you know what you sound like? You like can't even speak to them, because as soon as you do, they're like, and they won't let you get anything in, because as soon as you say anything, they will understand that they are in the wrong, and their brain will explode. So they just won't let you get in a word. It's like, all right. I'm just gonna take my leave. It was not a pleasure. It was a tragedy. Thank you. I wonder who will get trapped by Trap Trick monsters. I wonder. Oh, there's an innocent little girl who needs my help. I should go over and help her. Just a random. Don't do that. That's fucking weird. Anyway, moving on. We did it. Here's my tier list based on vibes. I'll scroll slowly so you can look at stuff and be like, what? Why is this so low? Or what? Why is this so high? And then I can laugh at you maniacally. This is ordered. This is ordered. The rest kind of aren't. There you go. Also, once again, shout out to this guy. I'll post the link to this tier list as well, because it's really cool. So there you go. You can check out the tier list in chat. But there you go. Let's play Yu-Gi-Oh, I guess. Hooray! I mean, oh no. I like Trap Trick too, but because I like the plants / insects they are based on, carnivorous plants are cool. Oh no. Yo, let's play Paleo. Paleo! It's Paleo time. Alright. I will be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom. Okay, I'm back. Alright. Paleo! Oh, I still have the car as my mate. I need to change that. Going second? Nah! Alright, what degenerate combo is my opponent about to do? Let's find out. It's a pretty good hand. Oh, never mind, it's solid. We're fine. Actually, we probably just hard lose this, don't we? Did they just reveal Gazelle? They revealed 2 of them, actually. Wow. Yeah, Rage cooks me. It's fine. They simply won't Rage for 4 Trust. Do I just leave now? Because I literally can't beat Rage. Unless they don't hit Destructive Daruma. Which is a possibility. What if they grab Roar instead? That's also a possibility. Actually, given what they just did, we might be fine. They might have bricked. Wait, no, what? Wait, hold on. What did they do? What? What just happened? Okay, sure. Sure. Yeah, maybe it was a misclick. Welcome Spinny. Mirage Shelio. Someone like Jack Jaguar here. Oh, we can summon Salmon Grade of Fire. I consistently forget that card. Are we not playing the new cards? What's happening? Chat, I'm scared. This looks like old Salmon Grade. Structure deck only. I wouldn't be surprised. Please make Splash Mage. I was half expecting a Splash Mage there. And then a really confused long pause. Are we just gonna link off into a second Sunlight Wolf? That's like not terrible, but it's not great. You don't even have target. Okay. Yeah, what are we putting back? Mirage Shelio? Wait, what did we put back? Okay, sure. Yeah? Yeah? We didn't add back the Gazelle? What? What in the... What? Now? Why did we not... It's fine. It's fine. It's normal. How's the climb? Well, it just started, so... Okay, so that's a roar. There might be a What is... So it's Rage and Roar, is my guess. They're gonna be really confused as to why they can't Rage for 2. They're like, why can't I Rage for 2? Bro's about to drop Maxi on me. Guarantee it. Watch. I was really hoping. Set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool, pass. Yeah. No, my Olenoids! Wait, I actually wanted that one. Oh, they just had the second Gazelle. That's why. Sure. Well, this is gonna be really cool. They're gonna go like this. They're gonna go yada yada. I'm gonna go Dynamicious. I'm gonna get rid of this Promethean Princess. Oh, set Rage. Yo, that's crazy. Lies. He had Gazelle, and he did reveal 2 Gazelles. That is correct. That is, in fact, what happened. Which is kind of funny. Coolio. Let's go Dynamicious. Yes, the counter trap requires a link. Yeah, for sure, my guy. Oh, okay. What? What? Huh? What? Stop clicking buttons! Why are we It's fine. It's fine. Okay, cool. The 4th Gazelle. They searched the Gazelle, which is funny. Does this work? Oh, I still discard. Cool, I still get it in the grave. That's great. What the fuck? Oh, bro, this game's silly. Feather Duster! No! Oh, no. Tragic. I will activate Woloku. I will chain Dynamicious. Cool, nice deck. I could flip my cards face down, which I actually, like, don't hate. You know what? F it. Daruma Karma Cannon. My feeling when resolve as much as possible. Dynamicious is a funny card. Oh, it actually discards and then banishes. Oh, that's why that does that. Oh, that's funny. Alright, now normal summon Gazelle. Do it. I dare you. What do they even have? They have Hope and a Prayer. They have Spinny. Oh, that's cool. Gazelle! What are we sending to the graveyard? What could we possibly be sending to the graveyard here? Send Spinny to Electric Boogaloo. Will of the Salamangreat. Whoa. Anyway. Cool, now what? Yeah! Yeah! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for! That's right! I get to draw and flip summon, too! Yeah! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for! Let's go! Level 2! Ah, they hit backtrack. Why are they called 2? Oh, because they saw multiple 2s. True. Let's go for this guy. Okay, cool. Now let's make Anomalocaris. Nah, we make Opabinia. Opabinia. Look, it's Opabinia. Cool, and then we activate the effect, and we detach this guy. Imperm? No? Okay. Weird. Weirdo. Alright, we'll grab Morella. Activate Morella. Chain Canadia. Out comes Canadia. Is this a hard one spur? Yeah. Okay. Send the U to the grave. Let's go for... What do I have here? Not much, honestly. Okay. I could go Mannequin Cat. I could special summon a guy. And then I could, do fuck all with that. True. I could do that. That is accurate. Cool. We'll just link off these two. Called by? Oh, don't be called by. I'll be sad. Not called by. Crazy. Ooh. Okay. We'll go Elf. Bring back Hyperia. What is that set card? What in the world could it possibly be? I would love to know. I'm morbidly fascinated. What's the defense on you? 1,000. Oh, cool. I'll go to combat. Because I think this is the most damage I can do. Well, technically I could do more, but it's fine. Whoa, that's crazy. Do you have multiple of these? No. Cool. I forgot about that. I'm not gonna lie. I forgot Phalanx existed. Cool. Well, now we know all 3 of these are in the grave. Which is very, very funny. Cool. And now we make Downerd. Why would I do that? I don't know. Because I'm stupid. You just make Opabinia too. Electric Boogaloo. I mean, I guess I could make Mannequin Cat. Like, that's not terrible. But then I can't Hyperia. Oh no. I guess I could detach Material and special summon... Okay, let's not do that. There is not a good target for that. Let's just not. Yeah, there's just not. It's all fire. Okay, cool. I'll pass. Yeah, that's, I'll just fire the backjack here and draw phase. What is that set card? What could that set card possibly be? Because it's something that's always activatable. Foxy? Whoa. Sure. That's fine. Some weird floodgate. Yeah, probably. That's 2 triple attacks and a droll, baby! Cool! Anyway, Dynamitris. That guy! Get him out of here. Get him out of here! Anyway, Morella. Morella. It could be Droplet. You're correct. That very well could be what it is. If it's Droplet, that's very funny. This one, this one, this one. Yep. Yeah! Pass turbo! Oh, cool. Time tearing. Let's tear the time. Wait. Yeah, that's fine. I was like, wait, no, now I'm not gonna get my trap. It's fine. We'll probably hit another trap. It'll probably also be a better one. We could put the rollback back into the grave, and also put a guy onto our field. And that's probably play. Why did I not grab Opabinia? Or not Opabinia, Olenoids? Why did I not grab Olenoids? Because I'm stupid. Bingo! That one! That's the reason. No. Alright, we'll go Dino. Dino Miskush. I could potentially, like... No, they literally only have fighters. And they have a Promethean Princess in Grave. Let's not give them a fire. That seems like a better idea. How much damage do I have here? Not much, honestly. But that can be changed. True, true. Let's make... Opabinia 2. Electric Boogaloo. Let's make Gigantes. Make Gigantes with those two. That doesn't quite do what I want it to. That doesn't quite do what I want it to. If I gave them a guy, I wouldn't be able to special summon anything, which is not necessarily a good idea. Unless the Brazilian tried to pop one of my Paleos. What if I just hard made access code? That is a choice. That I don't love. You know? I'm not the biggest of fans of that. I could go rollback here for... okay, good point. Yeah, let's just go access code, I guess. What do you have? Okay, cool. I guess if you're not going to do anything, I will just see for myself. It was cross out. It was cross out this whole time. I didn't even have to do it. It was just fucking cross out. Okay, cool. Do I have a way of special summoning a guy here? I could do that. I could put a guy back. I could go this. I could pop that. That doesn't really do anything. Gigantes doesn't do anything. I'll just go combat. Imagine drawing cross out and not having a way to do anything with it. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. I'm gonna make Opabinia because it's funny. And for like no other reason other than that. Yo, I can make Downerd! Let's go! Cool. Out my big bungus. Not having snow feels bad. Having the... What was it? Reasoning just absolutely whiff was tragic. Whoa, that's crazy. Hold on. First things first, I'm going to hit Backjack. I'm simply going to hit here. Trust. Speaking of snow. Bro, I hate this game. I fucking hate this game. No, it's so stupid. It's so dumb! Tragic. Ban this card. No, my access code talk. Sure, that's fine. Oh, well. Sure, that's fine. I forgot Promethean Princess, to be fair. I got so excited by seeing the, whatchamacallit. Anyway. Does that matter? No. No. Let's just all go face down. Let's just all go face down. Oh, wait, you can't go face down? Wow, that's crazy. Oh, what, you couldn't go face down? What? What? Anyway, cool. Flip up this guy. Woo! Hooray! We need that list? Do we? Do we really need this Salomon Great list? It's pretty Salomon bad. Thank you. Yeah, it's literally playing old Salomon Great prior to the new support. It's just the old version of it. Just hasn't been updated. That's all that it was. I gotta change my mate. I cannot allow... Not that one. Cannot allow this mate. Let's do... What the frick? That is horrifying. Let's do Golden Deity. Let's do... The Soccer Ball. Do this one. And this one. And that one can stay because that's... It's true, I am a fan of the anime. Let's do Froggo. It'll blow his mind. There's new support? What? What? Imagine. Oh no! If they lose, they'll lose a rank. Well, anyway. It's fine, they're playing this mate, so I have no remorse for them. What is new support? Salomon Great. Alright. Trap Tantalizing Tune. Pitch. This guy. Oh, I drew two? That's crazy. That never happens. Cool. Normal summon you. Link off into you. Do I set rollback? That's the question. I think the answer to that question is no. I don't. And then they Harpies Feather Duster me and I cry. And I cry. Prosby! Bro is thinking. Sure, that's fine. Oh? Oh my... You're kidding me. Yeah? Yeah? Really? Huh. Really, game? Oh, that seems fair. Cool. Time tearing. Wow. Bro had everything. That's crazy. Sure. Oh, that's hilarious. Because it actually just doesn't matter. Cool. Well, I'll go Kanadia here. Thank you for putting a guy onto your field that I can flip face down. Cool. Let's go Morella. Morella, Ella, under my Morella. We will send to the grave, your boy. Cool. I would love for you to Harpy's Feather Duster right now. Bingo, bango, bongo, baby! That's what I've been waiting for! It's chainable! You dipshit. Cool. I'm pretty sure I just win this game. I see it as very difficult to lose from this position for me. I definitely could, but depending on their floodgates. But if it's just Jowgan, like, I don't give a shit. Sure. Sure. Please send Entis. It'd be so funny. They're not gonna. Entis? You gonna pop my Morella? And just target the link that allows you to special summon your guy? No, you're not. Winged Dragon. Yeah, sure, dude. Okay. What shenanigans is this man up to? Oh, I know what's happening. No. No, Ancient Chan, and then they add a sphere mode, except they've already normaled, so who the fuck cares? Oh no, they have an extra normal, I forgot. No. Okay, I'll do this. Alright, get rid of my guy. I dare you. I double dog dare you. I guess I could just normal summon the Ecclesia, which is exactly what they do. What is happening? People in Plat do play literally anything. Yes. Again, you don't actually start seeing meta decks until you get to Diamond. Okay, not start seeing them, but more specifically, you don't start having to deal with them until you get to Diamond. Oh, gee, I wonder what that is. Oh. No wonder why bro is gonna rank down. Yeah. This is not very good playing a stun deck against a bunch of random jank. Yep. Sure. What do I have that? Oh, that's managed. Like, wait, what? Why can I activate rollback? Ooh, that's a pretty good one, if I do say so myself. And I do. Do I make Gigantes here? No, I make Opapinya. Opapinya. And then they pop it and I go, No! Bro is too predictable. What if I just banished it? That's a terrible idea. Don't fucking do that. No, that's fine. And then they're gonna draw a card, and we're like, oh no. Can we use what? Okay. We'll go reasoning. No shot, you top decked Ash. It's just not reasonable. Level 3. Level 3? Level 3? What are you worried about? What? What? 3? What fucking... Huh? Bro just clicked the number. He had no clue. He just clicked the number. He was just like, 3. What floodgate do you have for me? Terror top trust. True. To be fair, now we can... Yeah, that's what you were talking about. Yeah, now we can technically punishment him with rollback here. Which is kind of funny. At the very least. It is in fact kind of funny. Cool. Mets Link Karibo. Link Karibo, activate effect of the backjack. Ooh. We'll go 1, 2, 3. We'll go snow here. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whee! Yeah, Plat decks are basically designed to beat anti-meta decks because they're not meta. So, there's that. Put the Ecclesia face down. Put your ass face down. I have Trap Trick. I could potentially Trap Trick for, like, Olenoids, which is pretty good here. In fact, I dare say we do that. I dare say that seems like a mighty fine idea. Why would I ever do that voice ever in a million years? That is a terrible voice, and I should never be allowed to do that ever again. Thank you. Olenoids. You got anything for me? Because I'm gonna target your ass. That one! What do you got? What is it? What chainable could you possibly have? Anyway, time to make this. I do get to clear the field here, which is pretty nice. If I choose to. Soul Crossing! What? What? Okay. Not what I was expecting. I could make a unicorn here. I could make a unicorn. I could spin a thing away. Wait, do I have lethal here? Hold the phone, chat. No, I don't. If I Celine, do I have lethal? Banish 2, pop 2. Summon this guy. 50. Summon that guy. No, not quite. Okay, I'll just make elf. What is preventing me from attacking? I haven't activated anything that can't allow me to attack. Have I? I don't think so. Reasoning? Oh, this. Well, we could just pop it. We shall go... I mean, do I care that much about Dogmatic Punishment? Like, Dogmatic Punishment is actively detrimental to me, so I feel like I'd rather just go, like, Unicorn here. Or something. Elf, like, doesn't do anything. Yeah, we'll just make Unicorn. We'll spin this away. And then we can walk into... I don't know, this guy? I guess this guy doesn't matter nearly as much, right? Yeah, so we'll just walk into this guy. Huh? What? What just happened? He left. Come on. What? Huh? Why? I have questions. Yeah, of course it's ass. Have you seen this style of deck? It relies heavily on the opponent not being able to do anything to a Pachycephalo. Like, I expect nothing from this, and I'm still disappointed. Bro is not playing triple Soul Crossing. That's crazy. How much do you want to bet he drew into, like, 3 Soul Crossings? He drew into the other 2. Or, like, another Time Tearing or something. Like, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm Paleo. I can't do anything. There are 100 cards that do this the same but better. Because I don't think they've read cards before. And they know Safe Zone. Because it was used in Progression Playoffs. A series that they have watched. Do I set the rollback, chat? I think the answer to that question is yes. I don't have a way of getting it out of my hand. You can activate Max C. Please do, it'd be very funny. Let's go. Bro saw normal summon Snow and just lost his mind. He was like, what? Cool. Okay. Incredible. Nice Maxi, bozo. How much do you want to bet they're playing Weather? And this Olenoids is about to go fucking crazy. Crazy. Chat, I don't know, I think we lose. I think it's over. It's actually good. It's a good deck. Why are you playing the worst sleeves imaginable? Bro, you're base, you're playing Tri-Brigade. Why are you playing these sleeves? At least they have the good field. At least they have the good field. Kerosh. Is that a motherfucking Kerosh? Kerosh. We just normaled that? We just normaled that guy? We just said, no, I'm gonna just put him on the field. What? Could you, what? You gonna cross out this? Please activate cross out right now and reveal Paleozoic Canadia. I need you to activate cross out. And cross out Paleozoic Canadia. It's a requirement. They didn't. Tragic. I was really hoping. Pass! What if you wanted to have a card on your field and I said no? Canadia. Maxi. See now you Maxi. Bingo. Cross out, declare the opponent. You are negated. Oh! What the fuck? No! Out of Harpy's Feather Duster! I'm about to get absolutely cooked. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, chat. Ah, never mind, we're fine. Damn, sometimes you are just better. No Ash either? We live in a dystopia. Call 2. How much do I bet they called 2? Call 2, and I'm gonna reveal Hyperia. Go! Go! Level 4! Tragic. Marella. Oh! I called it. I did call Hyperia. I did, in fact, call the Hyperia. You can't say that I didn't. Because I fucking did. I don't know what this voice is. Don't ask questions. I have no answers. I have literally nothing that I can summon here, so I guess we'll just make Opapinya. Opapinya. The Feather Storm? Wait, can I Feather Storm? No. Okay. I think it's like, that's great. That'd be crazy. What do we add? What do we add? What do we add? What do we add? We could add Dynamicious, which is technically something. We go Morella. Marella. Marella. We activate the Morella. We chain Olenoids. Sure. I wish we had reasoned a little bit more. Just saying. It would have been nice. Send you. Okay, coolio. Then we go for Elf. Then we go for... I could go Fire Rise to full height, bring back another guy, Xyz into... They don't have a Dark. Ugh. Gross. Gross. I still could clear the field here. I could go Elf, and then I could go this guy, and then bring back a guy. And then bring back Hyperia, Xyz into Mannequin Cat, attack, make Mannequin Cat into Downward into Zeus. That's probably the play. True. Okay. We'll make Elefe. We'll make Elf. Bring back Hyperia. No, I can't draw. Oh, I'm so silly. Go back to Olenoids. Activate Morella. Under my Morella. Don't ask questions. I don't have answers. Do I make Mannequin Cat or do I make Gigantes? I actually think I make Gigantes here. That's probably the better play. And I know Karos has 15, so I don't even need to think about that. Watch me be wrong on my own channel, playing my own deck. I'm not wrong. I'm never wrong. I've never been wrong. Lies. Coolio, and then we make Downard. Into AA. Cool. And then pass. Cool, cool. Harpy's Feather Duster. We didn't start with Harpy's Feather Duster? Wait, what in the... It's Harpy's? You know what? I'm gonna rise to full height you, because it's funny. You can have double the stats. What are you gonna do? What in the... What could you possibly do here? I would love to know. We'll go for... Lian. Maxi 3. Featherstorm. Sure. Oh, okay. I'm fine with that. I don't think you understand how little I care about the fact that I can't use monster effects. Because what in the hell are you gonna do? Negate my rise to full height? Or my rollback? I'd love to see that. I'm gonna activate the effect because it's funny. Yeah! Yeah! Triple attack me. Punish me for my sins. Sapphire! No! That's crazy, dude. Well, you know, it truly is a shame that I get to absolutely cook you here. Shame? No, that's not the right word. Anyway. Just so you know, Zeus has a second effect. No, elf! Goodbye. Cool, good game. Tragic for my opponent. They were even playing a cool deck, except it was only kind of cool, because they were playing Harpy's Featherstorm, which is just, like, bad. Okay. I would feel bad if my opponent played, like, remotely better, but dear Lanta, they played like shit. Those Maxis were tragic. This is also one of the worst lists I think I've ever seen. Oh, man. This is it. Diamond? This is platinum. Bro, what is this guy doing in here? No way we're playing this. It's a winged beast. It's a winged beast. We gotta play it. It's a rank 4. Why are you playing it? What? How are you making this? I guess with the... oh, right, because we're playing, like, a lot of Harpy cards. Holy crap. Why are you playing so many Harpy cards? You're playing one kit? Wait, hold on. What? Okay. I can forgive Raw. That's fine. The 1 Imperm, 2 Ash, sure. That's fine. Why are the Harpy cards even in here? You have 3 Harpy's Featherstorm. Why? Why do you have 3 of this? You only have 1 Ash Blossom. Did you just happen to pull it? What set is this even from? It's from the Harpies set, right? Like, it's only Harpies in there. I don't think there's anything else in it. You actively searched for this card. Why do you have it? What? 3 of it. 3 of it. In 44, by the way. In 44. Two Nerval as well. Only 2. This, with Lyrilisc, only 2? Oh, because we're only playing 1 Sapphire Swallow. Because we only have 1 Recital. Okay. That makes a little bit more sense. Wait, if you only have 1 Recital, why are you playing Utopic Draco? Where's the Tri-Trap? Great question. It's a great question. Why are we playing Bear Brum if we're not playing the trap? We're only playing 1 Sure Egg. So, you know, we're gonna do reasonable stuff with this. It bothers me so much because I know this deck so well. And I'm just like, oh, this is a huge mistake, and this is a big mistake, and this is a big mistake. But it's like, if you don't know this deck, like, yeah, this deck is unplayable. Bro didn't want to stop at the Harpy engine, but had to play the entire package. Why are we playing both the Harpies and the Lyriliscs? One or the other, dude. I guess because we don't have enough extra deck. Do we not have No shot we don't have the Harpy, right? No shot we don't have Cyber Slash, right? No way we got 3 Harpy's Featherstorm and we don't have a Harpy Slash that we could potentially play instead. Yeah, playing one Storm with Thrust makes sense. The problem here is the problem that I have with Harpy's Feather Storm, especially in Master Duel, is the fact that you don't guarantee that you're going first. So 50% of the time, it is an unplayably bad card that just doesn't do anything. So it's just kind of like a dead card, right? At least in like best of 3s with side deck, you can side deck that card in going first, right? So at the very least, there's that. Or you could play one as like a thrust target. To be fair, I don't think thrust is very good in this deck. But why? And then one a piece of like all of these. Why only one? We're just playing one of all of these? Why? Why even play them? Do we need the Harpy's Hunting Ground? I feel like you could cut both of these and then play 42, which seems a lot more consistent. Why are we playing Hysteric Signs? Because it adds Elegant Egotist, and then you could pop it with what? I don't know. One kit is wild. But of course we're playing one apiece of all of the Lyralisks, and of course 3 Turquoise Warbler. What are we summoning with this Turquoise Warbler? I don't know. We hope and pray that we just hit and we draw the Cobalt Sparrow and then we do the full combo, right? Cobium. So weird. He tried to play into using it from hand by actually having Harpies, but that means he's playing Harpies. Yep. Which means he's going to have a more inconsistent deck. So the idea is like, oh, because I'm playing Harpies, I can normal summon a Harpy and then use this as like a droplet. But it's not droplet. It's Harpy's Featherstorm, which is a trap. Which means if you draw it without the Harpies, or if you need to use your normal summon on anything else, you can't. Also, why would you not have just specialed the Warbler and then activated its effect in order to special summon the Sapphire Swallow? I guess they were worried about Zeus? Fair? I don't... This was... Platinum is a joke. Alright, let's do one more. Deck building is hard. This is why we steal decks. Until we understand how to deck build. Wow, this hand is pretty good. Meme. Nah, trust this good. This deck's good. I promise. This deck's so good. It's about to lose to a fucking Olenoids. Imagine losing to every hand trap under the sun, and then also having a shit board, and then also being called good. Wow, that's crazy. Oh, but it's good in the OCG. Yeah, we're missing those cards! Surely Cranium Burst solos, right? Trust. If he gets Cranium Burst, I'm going to set Rollback right in the middle, and he's going to be like... I'm gonna pop your card and then pop a rollback, and I'm gonna be like, yeah. For evil. What? Oh, right. No, this is the correct play. Right? Did we? Yeah, we already used that. Did we already use this guy? No. Okay. Oh, so we're silly. We are a silly then. So that actually wasn't the correct way. It's literally the same. Except it's better! Have you read the Memento cards? Every single one of them reads like a fucking nightmare. They're all terrible. You're like, wait, what? How, what? What are these restrictions? Memento, destroy yourself. Now! Goblino! What are we milling? Wait, why did we pop this guy? They did send Fracture. Oh, Fracture Dance was the one I was thinking of. The pop one. That could actually be difficult. Didn't we start with this? And then we make SP. Oh, IP into SP. Ah, I see. Put him back! What did we keep? We didn't... Avo's Head and Shoulders better because Cranium Burst only negates monster effects used on the field once per chain. To be fair, Apo is also once per chain, so there's that. They have another set card? Whoa! And they're setting Cranium Burst? Holy shit, chat. That's crazy! Do you know what's really fucking funny? Oh, that's funny. Do you know what's really funny? Like, all of my reasoning targets just don't care. You gonna ash me? Oh, they thought about it. One! Thank you. Oh, cool. Rise to full height. Reasoning. Marella. Needlebug. Sure. Rise to full height again. Okay. Can I get a transaction in the grave? Like, please? Ah, there we go. Oh, cool. Fiend Griefing. Woboku. Fiend Griefing. Another Time Tearing. Oh, cool. Hyperia. Cranium the Hyperia. Do it. I'm just gonna draw a card. Whatever could be the issue. Do it. Do it, bitch. I fucking dare you. Oh, wait. I forgot. My thing's now in the attack position. Oh, wait. Never mind. It didn't matter. Cool. Thanks. Thank you. Much appreciated. I forgot this triggers off of any trap. It's not a labyrinth monster. It triggers off of any of them. Crazy. Special summon. Whoa. What could you possibly want to special summon here? Probably this guy, right? What could I do? What could I do? That's a great question. What could I do? What could I do? No, that's fine. Pop off, King. Pop off, King. Go off. You do you, boo. You do you, boo. Yeah, sure. What are we adding to hands? Goblino! Whoa, now I can't target them. Whoa, that's absolutely what I was gonna do. Trust. I was totally gonna target your Memento monsters. I promise. Cool, anyway. Make a guy. There he is. He's there. Response? Please activate your IP to go into SP to banish the Opabinia. Or to attempt to banish the Opabinia. No, they didn't. I'm upsetty. Have some spaghetti. That one! Response? Valor! Motherfucker, no shot you just did that. Okay. Okay. For sure, my guy. Absolutely. Imperm! No way! That's crazy. Anyway. Cool, now I have an imperm. I could also chain here and potentially like flip a guy face down or do something like that. Do I care? Do I care? No, not particularly. And then IP Masquerena, right? We're gonna go IP Masquerena here. Oh, it's gonna be so funny when I lost wind you. Damn, dude. Imagine losing this hard. Could not be me. Or we could just not activate that effect. Wait, I had a thing that activated? What the heck? What was... Oh! Wait, what? What triggered? Oh, it was the Lost Winds. That's what it was. Yeah, I didn't want... I could have activated one of them. Whoa, tag out? Oh, that's crazy. Okay. Cool. Set 1, set 2, set 3, set 4. Test. Cool, now what? During your end phase. Oh, it's during your end phase. Oh, I never would have guessed. To be fair, they could just go straight to battle. Whoa. What do you do? Stuff, probably. Do I want you to do stuff? No. You're gonna banish that guy for me? Huh. You know what? Yeah, that's fine. I'm A-okay with that. And away he goes. Coolio. Pass! Tragic. Oh, they came back. Whoa, that's crazy. Oh, during the end phase, set some cards. What are they setting? They set Cranium Burst. Whoa. What if I Daruma Karma Cannon to you? Thoughts? Prayers? Copium? What if I had 2 of them? No, it's good. Promise. He tried so hard. He was like, no, I don't want you to get your Paleos onto the field. But it's inevitable. You can't stop me. I'm too powerful. Great, now there are 2 of them. Bro, what is this list? Okay, main deck is whatever. I don't give a shit about this. No, hold on. I do. Where's triple tag? No shot, you're not playing triple. They also drew their 1 of Imperm. Smile. They drew the 1 of. They drew the 1 of. Crazy. What is this extra deck? What's going on in this extra deck? What's happening? Why is Appo in here? Why is Celine in here? No, I'm just kidding. Chaos Angel? How are we making Chaos Angel? Please explain that to me. Ha. It's the 5, the 4, and a 1, right? Or the 5, the 3, and a 2. Dark? Oh, dark like steal a thing and then go. Okay, that, yeah, that seems Sure. We're also playing 3 of this, which is, sure. 2 SPs, though. The 2 5s, trust. We're summoning 2 5s. Promise. I gotta get close to 40. My brother in Christ, 70% of your deck is soft garnet. Not even soft garnets, dude. Half of the deck is hard garnets. Ain't no shot this card does shit. Or this. Or this. Or this. Well, okay, this one's a soft one. Yeah, these are all hard garnets. Anyway. This deck, I love the people going to bat for this, because, like, MBT is playing this deck, and has been thoroughly enjoying it in Master Duel. To be fair, Mr. Mono Blue Tron literally only plays in, like, Gold and Plat, where the deck is good. So of course he thinks that the deck is good, and that it's worth playing, and that it's fun. I guarantee if he were to play in Diamond or above, he would lose his mind and would immediately abandon it, because that would require him to play a bad deck where bad decks get shit on. I'm just saying. That's why I don't play Warrock on my main, because it's a pain. That rhymed. Anyway, I'm going to call it quits there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that y'all did indeed enjoy. If you did, a like is very much so appreciated. And if you wanted to check out more content like this, as well as more Yu-Gi-Oh!, then just be sure to subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. And remember to always stay frosty. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.